The Miller Park Zoo has so many great events coming up in March, and here today to tell us about them is Julia Benzel. Welcome back to CI Living.
Thanks for having me back.
All right, so I heard a rumor that your Wallaroo has a Joey, so can you tell me about that?
Yes, I can. We have two Wallaroos, Bindi and Huck are male and female. If you come visit them, Bindi is light gray, Huck is dark chocolate brown, and now we have a little Joey in the pouch. Not so little Joey in the pouch, peeking little head out as we speak.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. All right, and so a Wallaroo, is it a kangaroo and a wallaby mixed?
So all of these are macropods. We have kangaroos, wallaroos, and wallabies, and that's just size order. So all different species, not a crossbreed, but they go down in size in that order.
All right, so if you want to see the Wallaroo, now is the time to visit the Miller Park Zoo.
And we have exciting news coming out. We're going to do a gender reveal on the Joey. So we're all very excited to see what he or she is.
That is so exciting. All right, and it is also field trip season, right? So tell me about your field trip programs.
So if you want to come out to the zoo with your class just to enjoy the zoo, that's great. But if you want to have a program where you meet 3 ambassador animals up close like you and I do, in the classroom, learn about their conservation status, learn about everything they have with adaptations, where they live, what they eat. We do a 45 to an hour long segment together where we meet these animals, and then you go out into the zoo and enjoy it afterwards.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like that is the perfect field trip because you get that hands-on experience and then you also get to see everything else that's there.
Yeah, and you get to count it as a class. We'll even come to you if you can't come to us.
Okay.
We have a Zoo to You program, and we can take over a full class session for you where we discuss adaptations or animal groups. Whatever you're discussing in the classroom, we'll work with you to accommodate that topic.
Wonderful. And then there's also yoga at the zoo, right?
Yes.
What is that program?
Flexubility.
That is so cute.
Yeah, we have once a month where Nani comes out and she does her yoga with us. She instructs a group, and it's for all ages, 5 and up. So if you want to do it with your family, if you want to do just a weekend with your gal pals, come out, enjoy. It's quiet, it's calm, and you get to be around the zoo, and you get zoo admission with that.
That's great. And then I noticed you said and up. So if you get up 55 and older, what programs are available?
So once a month, we have our senior walking tours for our active seniors, 55 and older. We're going to focus on usually 2 or 3 animals, learn about them and their lives at the zoo versus the wild. And then you get admission with that too, but you get to come before the zoo opens for both of these programs. Enjoy your coffee, some relaxing quiet time before we open.
And then there's also some experiences if you want to get hands-on but aren't doing a field trip. Can you talk about the tortoise feeding?
Yes, so we have Gala and Pagos, our Galapagos tortoises. They're brothers, they're in their 30s, and you can come feed them. They're each about 300 pounds, and they would love for you to come feed them sweet potatoes. So we have that for $25, and then we have an anteater experience.
Okay.
So we have Chili and Arnaud. They are 2 giant anteaters, and you can come feed them. They're insectivore diet. We have a special tube so you can see how long their tongue is. It's incredible.
That is so cool.
For $75. And then for an extra $25, if you want them to do a painting for you, we give them snacks and they make you a painting. I'll leave how they do it a surprise.
I need to see that in real life. You know what's so funny is there is a zoo in Colombia that I went to, and that was the first time I think that I had ever seen an anteater. I know that there are plenty in zoos here, but the anteater had a baby and was like kind of carrying it around. It was the cutest thing ever.
They're really cute and built like nothing else.
Right.
Yeah.
They're such a unique animal. And then speaking of art, so the anteaters will make you art, but there's also an art contest if you want to make art, right?
Yes. So we, backed by popular demand, have a recycled art contest for our Earth Day celebration. So we have Party for the Planet on April 19th, and we have a recycled art contest with age categories. So depending on what age you're in, you can qualify for this art contest and bring your recycled art to the zoo.
That is amazing. Well, if you want more information about any of these programs or want to visit the zoo, then you can visit us on the web after the show at CILiving.tv.